Hey Seeker, welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. I am so grateful that you've been led here, and I'm excited for you that you're answering the call to manifest more magic in your life by mastering the law of attraction. So cool. My name is Talia, and I'm committed to cutting the fluff and showing you exactly how to manifest more excitement, ease, success, abundance, confidence, love, and anything else you've been craving. So if you're ready to crack the code on manifestation, amplify your intuition, and play in the quantum, we are now besties. Let's do this. Hello, my love. Welcome back to the Awakening Her podcast. It is my absolute pleasure to bring you this episode today. This is one of my favorite things to do ever. I love recording. I love speaking. I love sharing this message with the world, with you. I honor you so much. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself, for tuning into the show. I am so excited that you're here. So today we are talking all about what does it actually mean when people say, like, life isn't happening to me, it's happening for me, or this circumstance is, life is happening for us, not to us, or we are not a victim of life. It's actually happening, in our best interest. I'm really going to break down what this means today, because I don't want to ever have you guys waste time, for lack of better words, down the spiritual bypass route. So there's such a fine line with manifestation where we don't want to bypass things that come up. When crappy things come up, we don't just want to be like, it's okay, it's happening for me, but not really know what the F we're talking about and just kind of trying to gloss it over, trying to bypass it. That's what spiritual bypassing is when we look past, or we ignore, or we repress, or we shove down the intense emotions because we want to be high vibe, or it's okay, it's totally fine, this and this and this and this is going on, but it's fine, it's okay. But deep down, it's not okay, right? So we want to be real with what we're feeling. We don't want to bypass and sugarcoat. However, we also don't want to hyper focus on all the things that are going wrong. So it's a really fine balance. So today I'm going to get into all of this. My intention is for this to be a shorter episode. I really just shouldn't say that anymore, because every time I say that, it ends up being longer, but we will see. So before we launch into that, I am so excited to share some new things coming up, including a new free event, workshop. We've got a new round of Activated happening in the fall. There's so many beautiful things coming up. I'm going to share about it really quickly, and then we're going to dive in. So I'm going to start with the free event. So this is a free new 2-day live event, and it is called Healing to Manifest. So as I said, it's new. I've been creating and channeling this content. I've already created all the workbooks and all the things. It is going to be so powerful. So this is called Healing to Manifest. And what it's really about is breaking down how we don't need to hustle to manifest. We need to heal. So I'm going to go through this 2-day event with you, and we are going to break down exactly what your core wounds are, how they show up. You're going to identify them on day 1. We're going to have some deep dive journal prompts so that you will be very aware of the root wounds and the root narratives that need to change to manifest what you desire. So on day 2, we're going to move more in depth into healing to manifest. We're going to talk about breaking free, decoding these wounds. I'm going to offer a 4-part healing method, as well as something I've never given away in a free event. I only give it to my one-on-one clients, and it's an advanced weekly healing to manifest practice. So there's going to be so much in this event. Basically, we are going to identify your core root wounds, and you're going to learn how to heal them. We are going to move through them over 2 days, and you're going to feel so empowered, and you're going to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can see that these wounds do not define you, and I'm going to show you exactly how to heal them, how to flip them. I am not holding anything back, because manifestation is not just about high vibes all day. It's really about activating your pure natural magnetism, and this comes when we heal and release what is in our way. Manifestation is not a bunch of things you have to do. It's actually more of a clearing and a releasing so that we can welcome in the miracles that are meant for us. So I'm going to teach you the exact method that I use and what I teach in Activated to heal what holds me back, to navigate triggers and fears. And this is the work that I do with my clients. So this is Healing to Manifest, a free 2-day event. And the link is, of course, below in the show notes. Anyone can tune in. It's going to be live on Instagram as well as uploaded to the podcast right away. But if you officially sign up, you will get access to the workbooks that have incredible journal prompts and also a free healing meditation to get your journey started right away. So anyone can tune in. You can tune in, yourself through the podcast, through Instagram. It's September 12th and September 14th. But if you officially sign up, you will get the workbooks, you will get a free meditation, and you will also get a special discount code to Activated, which is launching at the end of September. Okay, so the next thing that I've got going on is a brand new round of Manifest Now, which is one of my signature workshops. And this time we are going even deeper. So this is an evening workshop where you will be learning the exact process of manifestation, opening up to receive more, and generally demystifying the whole mystery around manifestation. So no more vague explanations, no more hustling. I've even got a flow chart. I'm taking you through it step by step. You will see it. You will understand it. You might have just heard my door close behind me from the wind. So we are going to go into Manifest Now, a beautiful workshop, a deep dive, a clearing ceremony where we will break down the process of manifestation. So this is for those of you that are ready for deeper understanding to simplify manifestation so that you really understand it. And for those that are just really ready to get out of their own way. So if you're thirsty to learn more about how this experience works, I'm going to teach you the no fluff process. I'm going to lay it all out there. I'm going to give you the process to manifest and also a receiving ceremony in this workshop. And one beautiful part is this workshop is something I would normally charge for. And usually my workshops are anywhere from $44 to $97. I am making this $10. So this workshop is for those that are ready. It is $10 if you want to join. The reason I didn't make it free is because when people pay, even if it's just a little bit, they show up. And I am really here for those seekers that are ready, who are willing to show up, who want to do the work, who want to learn the process, be present, go through it. You're ready, right? The universe has been calling you to learn more about manifestation, to receive more, to heal more. And this workshop is the complete thing. In fact, with my signature program, I have taken the manifestation formula that I teach and brought it into this workshop. So it is really high level. If you want to be part of this 2-hour workshop that's going to teach you how to manifest, how to use the law of attraction to attract what you desire, how to heal. We're going to go again into the healing work, the narratives, the art of deliberate creation, subconscious and conscious reprogramming, receiving energy. There's so much in this workshop. You're not going to want to miss it. You will get a replay, and there are some bonuses. It's going to be so good. So I cannot wait to see you in Manifest Now. The link, of course, is below for that as well. A $10 workshop that is worth, oh my goodness, it's worth hundreds, if not thousands. It's going to show you the process of manifestation and give you something you can refer to forever. So really excited about that. That workshop is September 21st at 4 p.m. Pacific, so I cannot wait to see you there. And last but certainly not least, we are starting Activated again at the end of September as well, about a week after Manifest Now. And this is going to be, you guys have been hearing all the changes going on, right? In my energy, in the way I teach manifestation. I've even mentioned that I am so grateful that I created Activated because I actually feel like it was the hint of where I was headed, but I didn't fully realize it. So what I'm going to bring to this round is just going to be next level. I'm so excited to dive deeper into this process of truly how to co-create. And if you haven't heard me talk a million times about Activated before, It's my signature program. It is 8 weeks. We start with activating your whole authentic self, who you truly are, your home energy, your natural blueprint, your natural magnetism. We move on through healing work and then the art of deliberate creation, where we talk more in depth about manifestation. I also teach you that entire manifestation formula. We get into advanced and quantum manifestations, tools for embodiment, tools for quantum leaping. We also talk about living activated, how to live this system in your everyday life. And we end with a bang on week 8 with manifesting money, success, and big dreams. This program is the process of awakening, of discovering your ability to co-create, of getting out of your own way and stepping into everything that you are meant for. So if you're interested in that right now, you can only just get on the wait list, which will give you a slammin' deal. We start that September 28th. It is for 8 weeks. So you can check the link for that below. Hop on the wait list. You are not going to want to miss Activated, and you guys can check out anything in there that resonates with you. Maybe it's Healing to Manifest, the free event, maybe Manifest Now, the $10 deep dive workshop, or maybe you are ready for Activated and you're ready to jump into an 8-week growth portal. Whatever it is, pick your poison. I am here for it, and I cannot wait to get to know you better. Okay, so let's dive into today's episode. And this is all about, as I was mentioning, what people mean, what we mean when we say life is working for you, not to you. And I'm just going to cut straight to it. I'm just going to give you like the straight goods. I've been able to see life in such a formulaic way. And it actually started when I created Activated, because Activated was channeled. So it started the process of me seeing the process so clearly. And I remember one day being at the beach where all my great things happen. It's usually the beach or the showers, like where my great ideas happen, or exercising or yoga. But I was at the beach and I just saw it so clearly. They showed me desire, heal / get out of your own way, receive. Desire, heal, receive. And it was like, what? So this has come a long way. And in Activated, I mean, we go so in depth with inner child healing, inner teenager healing, all that. For the sake of this episode today, I'm going to talk more about how life is working for us and the formula that I see everywhere, which is exactly that. We desire something. Shit comes up so that we can see clearly what is in our way. We choose to navigate it or not, but hopefully we choose to navigate and heal it. And then we get to receive what we want. It's very easy. And the healing part, healing is very important, but the end result of healing is simply moving through that wound. So if I am constantly in lack and I'm trying to manifest more money, I use this example a lot because it's an easy one to relate to. So if I'm in lack and I'm wanting to manifest more money, I'm going to go, I'm a millionaire, or I'm $100,000 a year, or whatever it is that the goal is. And then whatever starts to come up, such as, no, you're not, you can't do it. Or maybe I'm strong with like, okay, $20,000 months, $40,000, whatever it is. And I'm holding that vibration. And then as it's not happening, or if it doesn't happen quickly, maybe I go, I knew it wasn't going to work. Or maybe I've been praying for more money and I'm getting a big bill in the mail, or payments are held up that shouldn't be normally. Or something else is going on that makes us feel like it's the opposite of what we're asking. This also happens when, say, we want love, right? And we go on a date and we think someone's amazing, and then either they don't call us, or we find out some information or see a side of them that we're like, oh God, maybe it's never going to happen. So this is when life is working for you, not happening to you, right? And it's because the universe is always asking you to expand. And everything that happens in life is giving you an opportunity to either contract down or expand. So if I'm wanting to call in more soul sisters to have a solid group of goddess women that I, go to circles with, or have, like in-person hangouts, whatever. If I'm looking for more community and I'm going about my thing, I'm open to community. I'm, maybe I reach out to someone, no, they're busy, no, they can't. And it keeps falling through. And then I see, maybe 2 girls walking down the street, or I see online like a girls' weekend or something that makes me go like, like, fuck, I want that, right? And of course, you could use this with money, love, all the things, the career, writing a book, traveling the world, whatever it is. And I see it and it triggers me. This is an opportunity for me, and we're going to dive way deeper into this in the Healing to Manifest, also in Manifest Now, also in Activated, but it's an opportunity for me to go like, what's coming up there? And I know actually personally, I used to have this with family. Like I'm not super close with all my family, and it's a wound. It's a thing I move through. It's part of my work. And there would be times when I would see people that are so close with their family, like their family is like their best friends. And it would really trigger me. And it would be a mixture of like, that's weird with like, fuck, I'm sad. And it would just be this reaction of like, what? You're that close with like your mom, or you're that close with, your family. You're seeing them every Sunday. Like, oh my gosh. And then it would be mixed with, fuck, that makes me sad. Fuck, I wish I had that. And that moment of that trigger is happening for me. It's giving me an opportunity for me to see what is really inside. I love to quote Wayne Dyer when I talk about this. He says, if you squeeze an orange, all that's going to come out is orange juice. You can't squeeze an orange and expect lime juice to come out, or Kool-Aid, or a rainbow. That would be friggin' awesome. But what that means is when you're squeezed, what is within you will come out. So life is happening to you. It's always giving you, life is happening for you. It's always giving you an opportunity to expand bigger or contract down. And what do I mean by that exactly? So say that example of I'm calling in, new goddess girlfriends, and I see, a group of friends, and I kind of go like, man, I wish I had that. Or like everyone has, a big group of women and I don't, or something like that. So in that moment, and again, this is what we're talking about in the Healing to Manifest. I'm giving you the whole process. That's the free event. So I definitely recommend joining that. But what I would look at in that moment is, okay, that really triggered me. And so before we are aware of a trigger, it's just a trigger. We see something and we're like, oh, fuck, I don't have that, man. Like, it's like God's forgetting me, or the universe is forgetting me, or like, I've been asking for that forever. Like, why does everyone else get to have it, right? Whether it's money, career, again, whatever it is, why does everyone else get to have it? And I can't, I'm not doing good enough. I'm broken. I'll never find, new girlfriends, or I'll never make the money, or whatever it is. And we just get sucked in. But as you go upon your awakening journey, you become more and more aware. You start to adopt the tool of become the witness, and you start becoming the witness to yourself, the witness to your reactions. So when you see something, you can then ask yourself, what am I really feeling when this comes up? And that example with finding new friends, I might go like, fuck, I feel so alone. I feel so unsupported. And then we go, bam. Okay, that's actually what it is that is bothering me. If I see, other people with giant support systems, it's actually that I feel deeply alone, and I don't have that. I feel unsupported. So I'm just using this as an example. This is exactly what happens. So going back to the money example, you're asking for money and you're not receiving more. Maybe you're getting more bills, or maybe everything's just going along fine, but nothing is frickin' changing. That is an opportunity to either expand bigger or contract down. So in that moment when we go like, man, I've been praying about this, I've been scripting, I've been asking, I've been whatever it is, for like a year, or for a few months, or for a few weeks, or whatever it is, we either contract by going like, fuck, it's never going to happen for me. Fine. I guess whatever. God just like doesn't remember me, or the law of attraction's broken, or this whole thing isn't even real, or I am inadequate. I'm too weak. I can't stick to it. It's not going to happen for me. I'm otherwise broken or unworthy. That is us contracting. We have that choice to do that. If a bill comes in, or I'm not making money and I've been asking for money, the natural thing that we do is contract. We go, well, fuck, now what are we going to do, right? Or we start like getting really stressed and trying to find ways anxiously to make money. If it's a business, you might start putting stuff out just to make money. Or if you have your own job, if you have a career where somebody else is your boss, you might be, anxiously like asking about a promotion, or being like just weird energy. Maybe you're looking for shit to sell. Maybe you're looking to get a side job that actually is something you don't even want, but you're just in that lack. That is contracting. That's where we go, meh. Anything that feels meh is contracting. The expansive approach could be to go, even though it's not showing up in my experience yet, I am going to hold the vibration. Or even though it hasn't come in, or even though I got these bills in the mail, I still have faith that I am meant for big things. I'm meant for abundance. Or even though my soulmate friends haven't walked into my life yet, they're coming. They're coming. I can feel it. And because I just saw somebody else with friends walking down the street or online or whatever, that means that it's real, that it's possible, that other people have this, which means I can have it too, right? That's an expansive way to think about it. We get deep into this and activated with the healing module, but then the next one is subconscious and conscious reprogramming. And this is where we have to actually reprogram our relationship to life so that we can start to see life is working for me. And we like to say that life is working for me. Life is working for me. I'm super spiritual, 111, no big deal, until we're triggered, right? And then we're like, fuck, this isn't working for me. Sorry, guys. I know I'm swearing a lot, but I'm just in one of those moods. It's also really, really hot in my house. So I think I've got a little bit of this like not heat stroke, but like heat delirium. My office is that room that just traps all of the heat. I know you've got that room in your house. That's my office. My plants love it, but some days I get a little dewy. Anyways, so we're going along our path. We're going along our way. We have our manifestations that we want, and it's easy-ish sometimes to have faith until it feels like the opposite is happening, where we're not finding the one and we're not making more money or we're not losing weight or whatever it is. And we sink back, we contract back into that old way. And I want you to remember, I was saying this to a client last week, faith is not trusting that it's going to happen for you when it looks like everything is going to pan out. True faith, the faith that Spirit is asking you to have, is trusting that it is going to happen for you when you have no fucking clue how it's going to happen. So true faith isn't just trusting when it looks like all the ducks are aligning. True faith is trusting when you have no clue how this could possibly come together. When you ask for more money and you get a bill, when you ask for more money and it's just not happening, or maybe you have a business, you raise your rates, you're like, I'm worth it. We're doing this. I need to make more money. My services are worth it. And then someone, goes to sign up with you and they're like, no, that's actually too much. Bye. That seems like on the outside is like, oh crap, right? I upped my rates. Oh God, what did I do? But that is a test, and tests are something that are so important to understand. It comes into this concept of that is actually happening for you. Can you hold the faith? And this has actually exactly happened with me. Every once in a while, as my skills up level and I have more experience, my work gets more potent, I, up my rates. And there are often people that want to work with me that go like, oh, I can't really afford it right now, but I know I will soon. There's other people that are like, I've paid in full, no big deal, starting tomorrow. And that's just going to be the case no matter what. Even if I had $50 coaching or whatever, there's going to be some people that are going to be like, $50 is way too much. And other people are like, oh my God, sign me up, right? So it's just a test. It's just an opportunity for you to, if that was the example, stay steady in your worth and go, no, I'm worth that much. And I trust / I have faith that people are coming my way that need my work and are excited to invest in it. I trust in that. Universe, send me those people that are ready, emotionally, mentally, financially, they're ready to do this work and they are excited to dive in. That could be an option to expand you when a trigger comes up, rather than contract you. So life is always working for you, because even like your planes being endlessly delayed, or a week where you just feel like crap mentally, physically, maybe there's triggers, there's always an opportunity to navigate that circumstance with grace, with patience, with faith, right? So if you're delayed at an airport endlessly, nobody expects you to sit there levitating and meditating and just being calm and collected the whole time. But we don't have to jump into like, I'm screwed. Why does all this stuff always happen to me, right? That is a narrative in which you are allowing life to make you a victim, Why does this always happen to me? Can flip it into, what is this trying to show me? Or what could I learn from this? What medicine could be here for me? So I've shared this before on earlier podcasts. I really resonate with the shamanic way of doing things. One of the things that they do that I learned from a shaman was that they would like stare at a mountain or a tree or something and go, what medicine does this tree have for me? And as they stared at this tree, they would, intuit or think of or get inspired or hear or whatever the wisdom coming from the trees, like to have your deep roots planted so that when the winds come, you're solid, or to release the leaves with every season, knowing that new leaves are coming, like whatever it is. There's metaphors, there's medicine in everything, in a mountain, in a tree, in the sunshine, in a ladybug, in a butterfly. There's endless medicine. So instead of going like, why is all of these delayed flights? Why am I a victim of that? Which is what a lot of people do, just kind of like, oh yeah, my luck, right? I hear people saying that, and that's a whole other topic too, with like the law of assumption and all the things. But if you go like, oh yeah, typical, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen to me. That is not helpful. That is not going to get you where you're going. No fault, no shame if that's the way you react, because you've been programmed and you've, had this same habitual pattern for a long time. But we get to carve a new path. And so when you're stuck in that airport, you could practice the present moment. You could practice rolling with it. You could practice surrender. You could say to yourself, well, I guess I have more time to edit my book or to read this book or to listen to a podcast. What could I do with this time that's actually healthy for me? Maybe I could, walk with my step counter and get 10,000 steps in these few hours that I'm waiting. Or maybe I could go get a massage, which is something I did in one of my latest flights. There was like a delay. It was actually, I don't even think it was a delay. I think it was just a layover that was long. And I walked by this massage place, and I always see that in the airport, right? In Vancouver International Airport, I'm sure where you are, there's, massages in the airports. I always see them. And I just, I either go like, I can't afford it, or like, I don't have a lot of time or whatever. And this time I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. And it felt so good. It was so luxurious. So maybe that's what it's calling you to do, or to just have a beat, go get a meal and chill, right? Or if it's a really long layover, maybe you're being called to explore that city. Maybe there's something in here for you. And that's when we start to really adopt this mentality that life is happening to me and for me. I guess life is happening for me, not to me. I'm not a victim of life. There's a gift in everything. And this is one thing that I want to say before we wrap up, is that I write about this in my book, of course, Activated All the Things, but tests and assignments, if you are not quote unquote passing the test, and there's this, I'll try to explain it as best I can. When we have a desire of something we want, and we keep desiring harder and harder, right? We want more money. We want the soulmate. We want whatever it is. We keep desiring harder and harder and harder. Life will keep showing you the patterns you need to remedy to move forward. And if you ignore those patterns, if you ignore those tests, they will keep getting worse and worse and worse until they break you to your knees. That is awakening. You have signed up for this. You desire a higher level of life, and this is what it takes. So as these things come up, say I see, a girl's trip on Instagram, and immediately it triggers me, and I go like, fuck, I want girlfriends, or I want to have, whatever. That is an opportunity for me to see, this is a test of feeling alone. And that feeling of alone and unsupported is actually the thing holding me back from meeting more community or letting more community people into my life. So when we look at that and we go, how could that be working for me? How could this trigger actually be working for me? And then, as I said before, it shows me it's possible. It shows me that people are making friends all the time, and that, it's available for me as well. So hold the faith. And this is the difference, right? So I want to ask you, where in your life have you been looping? Have you been really frustrated? Have you found that things are just not panning out the way you want? Where in your life has that been happening? And be real fucking honest here, because I can't even hear your answer. So you're only being real or not real with yourself. But really get real and ask yourself, have I been feeling like a victim to this circumstance? And if the answer is yes, put your hand on your heart and say, I'm so proud of myself for admitting that. I love myself. There's no shame. There's no hard on myself. It is acknowledging it. It's witnessing it. And it's okay. Because in realizing what you're doing is a chance to carve a new tomorrow. In realizing that you've been making yourself a victim in this area of life, that you've been feeling victimized to life, to the way life is happening, or to people or whatever else. When you realize that, then you're like, oh, at least now I know where I can shift. Because sitting there going, what's blocking me? What's blocking me? What's blocking me forever is worse than being able to see, oh, it's my own feelings of lack, or it's that endless fixation on what I don't have or the money I don't have, instead of the money I do have. So one last example I'm going to use is with my pain healing journey. And in my body, I have a lot of pain, and I haven't really updated in a while. I'm excited to do an episode soon about that. But when I am in pain, and maybe even like 2 years ago, before I was aware that it was internalized emotion and I went on my deeper healing journey, before I recognized that, I definitely was a victim to it. And I'm not ashamed of that because I didn't know any better. And I was just in pain all the time. And I would look around and it'd feel like nobody else is in pain. And why does every joint and crevice and cranny hurt? Like, why does my back hurt, my shoulders, and why does this happen? And I just felt endlessly frustrated. When I started down the healing journey and I started asking, what could this pain be showing me or telling me? Of course, I discovered inner child work and I realized it was internalized emotion. But on top of that, I also felt like it was repressed frustration. There was also the fact that I was talking to my body in a way of like, why the hell are you doing that? Like, why are you broken and everyone else's body isn't? Like, I was actually speaking to my body through my thoughts and through my words, I'm sure, in a way that was not loving. If I was talking to my kid that way, it would just be awful. But I would talk to myself like that, no problem. So there was a few different things. It's also sometimes I don't care for my body. Sometimes I prioritize anything else over exercise or taking supplements. Sometimes I either work out too hard and don't stretch enough, and then it ends up causing a lot of tension and issues in my body, or I don't work out and then I don't have enough, core or whatever. I'll flop back and forth. This was a couple of years ago. I started seeing all these things. Sometimes my back really hurts and I don't stop. I don't stop what I'm doing and lay down. I don't book a massage. I just keep going. I keep hunching over my desk or lifting up my kids in a way that it hurts. I just keep on going, ignoring what my body's saying. So there's many, many, many more examples of what I recognized that my pain was showing me, but it was showing me that I abandoned myself. It was showing me that I had a lot of undealt with emotions, the emotions of bullying and feeling abandoned by my family and by friends in my life and all these different things. They were living in my body. Also, being an empath, I internalize things. I'm like super freaking good at internalizing things. Maybe you're the same. And I don't want to be high maintenance. I don't want to be, too emotional or too sensitive. So what do? Shove it down. So over the time, I shifted dramatically from I am a victim to this mystery pain, this mystery illness, that I was also a victim to that because there's no cure, into this is actually showing me a buttload of helpful information. And when I move into healing work, I'm in a place where I can actually start to navigate it different. So even the days where I'm in pain, I'm relating to my pain so much differently. When I'm in pain now, instead of me going like, oh my God, what about like as I get older, is this just going to get worse? And what's going to happen? Why me, right? Instead of that, I'm like, okay, body, like right away. I'm like, what are you telling me? And often I hear like, drink some water, lay down. A lot of mine gets to be like laying down for little amounts of time, stretching on the floor, releasing the tension, instead of just keeping on, pretending it doesn't matter. So I'll stop about my body, but that was a huge place where I pivoted from victim into empowerment. Money, it was also that way too, where I was a victim of like, I'm trying so hard. I'm taking all the courses. I'm doing all the money mantras. What the hell is going on? This was years ago. And it's not that I'm a millionaire now, but I've tripled my income, probably more than that now. Such a like way less anxiety, anxiousness, control around money. But it was not because I started making more and then was able to chill. I chose to chill when I was at a rock bottom, when I had cents in my bank account going, what the hell? I actually chose in that moment years ago to allow myself to ask, like, what is this showing me? And I got to see my endless fixation on lack. I was always focused on like the money going out, not the money coming in, or what I didn't make, not what I did make. I wasn't blessing and being grateful for all the dollars coming in, whether it was $6 or $600. I was just kind of like, what's next? What's next, right? I avoided bills. I avoided stuff and I'd wait till the last minute to pay. And if this is you, no shame. This is what we do, dude. Like, this is what we do. But we just start to become aware of it. So through my rock bottom of money stuff, there was that pivot once again from I'm a victim to this circumstance and to energy or spirit or whatever it was, the economy, whatever, into no. I'm a deliberate creator, and that is within me. And I had the opportunity to see where my wounds were showing up, where I was endlessly fixating on my lack and scarcity and all of that I experienced growing up. So through the healing work, I was really able to see like, oh, this is almost the exact same story as my mom's story with money, or the narratives I heard around money growing up. Oh my goodness, this endless frustrating pattern is actually showing me not where I'm going wrong, but where I am fueling my energy in the sort of wrong direction compared to what I want, right? I'm lighting the other end of the stick. I'm trying to manifest money, but I'm endlessly freaking out and fixated on what I don't have. So I hope that these examples served you. I hope that you start to understand every opportunity. If you take nothing away from this except this, every single moment is a chance, especially triggers. It is an opportunity to either build your walls up, build them higher, build them stronger, say F the world, middle fingers up, turn away, lock yourself in a cage, shut that heart down, shove things down, whatever your style is. Maybe it's bolt, maybe it's numb, maybe it's freak out, maybe it's freeze, whatever it is for you. We have the opportunity to do that, or we have the opportunity to allow it to expand us, to allow that circumstance, that trigger, that frustration to expand us by going, what could this be showing me? What could this be calling me toward? What is the remedy here? And just a little spoiler alert, the remedy is never outside yourself. So if you're suffering with money, the remedy isn't cryptocurrency or some new RRSP or a new offer in your business or selling your car. Those solutions will come once you get your energy right. So nothing is actually outside yourself. So when you're asking yourself, what is this showing me? Go inside. It's always inside. Even in my journey of body healing, health is really important to me. It always has been. I eat really healthy, quote unquote. I believe in balance. I believe in chocolate. So, all the things, but I eat really healthy. And so sometimes in my healing journey, I'm like, okay, what do I need to cut out? How much do I need to juice? Do I need to do this fast, this thing, this supplement, this, mushroom, this thing, that thing? What's going to help me to heal my body? It was never about that. It was emotional. It was trauma-based. It was like that mental, emotional, physical connection. It was wounds. It was my nervous system. It was my junk, really, that was being manifested as pain in my body. So as I start being aware of that, and as I said a few minutes ago, started noticing the way I talk to myself, the unprocessed trauma that I had experienced that I just thought was like fine because it wasn't like in a panic attack every day. I wasn't in a panic attack every day, so I thought it was fine. It was not fine. It was just shoved so far down that I didn't really know it was still there. But as I started doing that work, then I start healing and clearing space. And this leads me into loving myself more, being more compassionate for myself and growing within myself. And through that, there were some things I've done. I've done 7-day juice fasts. I've taken new supplements. I experiment with less caffeine or, different, earth foods, whatever it is. I experiment with all these different things. I have done a lot of different things, but none of those one things were the answer. The answer came within. And in that mental, emotional, physical, energetic shift, came new inspired actions. As I loved myself more, I was called to do yoga more regularly, which really helped to loosen things up. As I loved myself more, I was called to basically cut out alcohol because it just doesn't feel good and I'm more in touch with what feels good for me. So it wasn't like cut out alcohol and your body's going to heal. It was within me. But as I did that healing work, it led me to new inspired ideas and sort of the quote unquote right path for me. So it is never outside yourself. The solution to your money, to your dating, to your business, to your health, to your mental health, to your dreams, it doesn't come outside yourself. There's something inside for you to see first. And through that breakthrough, then as you clear that resistance, even just in a moment, it happens in a moment when we have that aha, we start to create a different relationship to ourselves and to life. We start to see that life is happening for us, and we start to become more curious about where this is guiding me. And in that, then you may become inspired to, go on a dating app or shut down all your dating apps and do some speed dating thing in town, or say yes to your friend who's been asking to set you up or whatever. But not because that's going to be the solution. The solution came from you, and then you were inspired to act. Does that make sense? I know for some of you, it may not make total sense, but a lot of you, I know it will. Wherever you're at, it's perfect. And whatever you get out of this episode is perfect for you today. If you want to take this healing stuff so much farther, I definitely recommend Activated. At least get on the wait list so you'll get access to the lowest price possible. And join me in Healing to Manifest, the free 2-day event, because you are going to want to deep dive. In that 2-day free event, as I mentioned, we're gonna pinpoint core wounding, like core narratives, core wounds that are like going to help you so much over the course of this event to even just see what's going on, to get more clarity so that you can see how this is working for you and not to you. So in closing, I just want to say, if you're stuck in a looping pattern, I have so much empathy for you. And I'm never the person saying you created this, because we do these things unconsciously. Sometimes it's even on a soul level. It's on a karma level. It's on a life lesson level. It's definitely nothing you are doing wrong. So I just want you to know that right now and hear me when I say you are not doing anything wrong. You're not not being positive enough or not doing the work enough. You're doing an incredible job, and this is your next level. You're ready for your next level. If you're listening to this, you are ready. This is a game. Life is a game. Manifestation mastery is life mastery. Learning how this experience works will set you free, and it will guide you down the path of healing. So I'm so excited you're here. There's so much good stuff for you. I genuinely hope that this episode served you, my love, and I cannot wait to see you in Healing to Manifest, Manifest Now, the workshop, and of course, Activated, the big kahuna that will move you forward like 17 gajillion steps. So that's the official promise. I'm excited for it. It is a program like no other. It is so insanely powerful, and I can't wait to get to know you more. So thank you so much for listening today, Seeker. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I want you to take a second to put your hand on your heart and maybe even take a deep breath and take in everything that was talked about today that resonated with you. Invite it into your cells, invite it into your mind and into your energy as you upgrade your life. It was a pleasure connecting with you in this episode. If you want more, come find me on Instagram at Talia Joy Manifestation, and I'll see you in the next episode. Sending you so much love.